Hello, Roger. Hello, everyone. We're about to take on something really big. You, Roger, are one of the key players. The legal team is, of course, as well, but you are the key player. The two crucial points that haven't really been clearly addressed in my case so far have been mentioned several times. But now let's focus on the heart of the dispute. The legal dispute is, one, the abduction. We can easily prove that with both hands tied behind our backs based on what we have now. In particular, Roger, with the article featuring my photo and the statements from the senior official at the immigration agency, he, along with a second man whom he had as a translator, apologized to us, Inca and me, 10,000 times after they had apparently finally received a deportation order via fax following our arrest. He said, you have a problem in Germany, Dr. Füllmich, and as soon as you've solved it, feel free to come back. We'll go out to eat together. They knew exactly who I was. And that means it was the Germans. It's a fake deportation order. And they'll testify to that in court. And the Germans should explain that it wasn't an extradition, as evident in the second document, the arrest report. That's clear anyway. There hasn't been a single extradition from Mexico this year, as you found out, Roger. So the kidnapping case is rock solid. And then when you see this photo, which some crazy lawyer from Berlin used to try to do something with. So as for this photo, it's part of an article, you know that by now. And although this article is in Spanish, it's actually very positive for me. It says there too that he's a famous lawyer who's done this and that, VW, Deutsche Bank, blah, blah, blah. And then he did this investigation into COVID, wanted to sue the WHO, and so on and so forth. It's all true. There's also a really long Canadian article about it, which I'll send you to, a whole page long from July 2021. And then it says in there, we have him, or Mexico had to make him available to the Germans because they want him. See, the Germans want him again. So there were absolutely no efforts on the part of the Mexicans to deport me. And then this photo found its way into that article. How did that happen? Well, quite simply because the man was a fan of ours, the immigration official. He apparently got the photo from a buddy or whoever it was, but someone he got along well with it's a resistance newspaper, and he published the photo along with the article. And it's all in there. Where did he get this information? Well, of course, directly from his buddy at the immigration office. And so we also know that he'll testify. He already made that more or less clear to us at the airport, at the immigration office, that he'll testify when it comes down to it. They won't go down with the sinking ship. Only the Germans will do that. And this scandal that arises from it will go far beyond this case. It will destroy the system. I just told Mary that, by the way. I have no problem with that. Revenge comes from justice, but it has nothing to do with foaming at the mouth. It's all about keeping a cool, clear head and then acting and striking. But the real story is that this makes the kidnapping completely airtight. And now we're only missing one thing, the political angle. Because a kidnapping for political reasons has officially never happened before. Kidnappings happen all the time. The Germans don't really give a damn about that. The German judiciary, they were all trained by the Nazis back then. I'm only exaggerating very, very slightly. The first president of the Federal Court of Justice was also a guy named Dr. Weinkopf, who was responsible for the racial defilement laws in the Reich Court, as far as I recall. So the moment someone is kidnapped for political reasons, that's prohibited. Extraditions for the purpose of political persecution are prohibited. That's what Article 16.2.2 of the Basic Law says. It's in the commentary. If that's prohibited, then kidnappings are certainly prohibited. You don't have to think long about that, and you certainly don't need to study law. And when that happens, there's a bit more to say about it, but I'll spare you that now. But when that happens, it's not just about international law. Nobody cares about that anyway. It's always been a joke. International law only protects the sovereignty of states. That means the Mexicans can say, my sovereignty is being violated if you kidnap my old buddy, Dr. Füllmich here. But then we have a violation of fundamental rights. What are fundamental rights? The first 20 articles of the Basic Law. These are the individual's rights of defense against an overreaching state. What happens if that's violated? Claims for damages under civil law. So I just wanted to say that briefly. The rest later. Well, see you later.